Hi, my name's Oliver. Welcome to my channel. I'm making a video about quiet borderline personality disorder because a video I made a couple years ago has been getting a lot of attention and people have been asking for, more videos. I figured, why not? I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this channel, but I figured since people have been paying a lot of attention to the Quiet BPD one, I might as well do an update to that because it's been 2 years. It's been, a lot of stuff has happened since then. Thank you for everyone who's subscribed and commented and liked my videos. I'm really, I'm so happy that I'm helping a lot of people. It's great, My little journal on the internet is doing some good, and that's great to hear. There's some people that I want to recommend if you want to check out other YouTube channels about this. There's Dr. Daniel Fox. He's a personality disorder specialist, and he has a workbook uh, on borderline personality disorder. I haven't really gone through it much, but it's something, and he's a very nice guy. So yeah, check that out. And also Kati Morton. I was subscribed to her even before uh, I was diagnosed with BPD, so she's a really lovely person. Check her out. I'll put the links to them in the description. And there's also this app that I've been using for the past week or so. It's called Bearable. You can get it on iOS and Android, I believe. Yeah. So you can track your mood, track your symptoms, track your sleep, your energy levels, your medicine. Well, there's just so much, and it's absolutely amazing. I'm not sponsored by them, but I just thought I'd give them a shout out just because it's helped me. So things that have helped me with Quiet BPD. Quiet BPD, by the way, is basically the same as your regular BPD, but with more withdrawing, less lashing out, more self-hatred, and it can appear more high functioning than other types of BPD. But yeah, you ever make a video and you're just like, ugh, mine's gone blank. I've got notes, but even then, geez. So something that's helped me is this theory called secondary structural dissociation. It's also there's other versions of it known as internal family systems or schema therapy. Basically, it's when people who feel fragmented are likely to resonate with this kind of theory. You have different versions of yourself. Neurotypical people have this as well. It's basically like you've got different versions of yourself. Uh, Angry me, work me, girlfriend me, boyfriend me, wherever, and then there's like degrees of separation with that. It can feel a bit similar to dissociative identity disorder, but it's on a continuum. And yeah, I'm gonna put a link in the description because it's gonna explain it a lot better than I can. And I really think you should check it out because everybody I've told this theory about has been saying, "Wow, it's I didn't know that was a thing." It's great to hear that. So you read that. There's books by Janine Fisher and Ono van der Hart. They have written probably the majority of the literature on this theory, and it was a good read, so check it out. I've finally got a therapist. I went onto Psychology Today. I've been paying for her out of my own pocket just because I've been on the NHS waiting list for a couple of years and I've had enough of waiting. So yeah, I've been seeing her for the last 6 or 7 weeks and she's been really lovely. Like, we've been talking a lot about self-kindness and being nicer to myself and trying to figure out why my regular coping mechanisms that I'm always recommended don't really work, and just exploring my past. And she accepts that I'm a bit of a complicated case, but she's been really good about it. And yeah, she's just, yeah, So people can stop telling me to go to a therapist now, because I am seeing one. I'm not medicated though, because I've been on 10 medications, SSRIs, mood stabilizers, antipsychotics, and yeah, it's not really had any effect on me. So I'm just gonna see how therapy is. Uh, so I guess I should do a review of the symptoms, because the way I experienced them 2 years ago is very different to now, because I've left university. I don't have a job because the job center has declared me unfit for work, which basically means that I get disability payments, and I stay home all the time. The pandemic life is very familiar to me. Um, so the first symptom, fear of abandonment. Uh, I I've made a friend the first time in 5 years, and I made a friend. I met him last July, August, that kind of time. I was introduced by a support worker who was helping me with some legal stuff, PIT forms, that kind of thing. And yeah, it's been kind of weird to have someone that I can talk to in real life, because uh, yeah, a lot of my friendships have been online, and uh, you know, online friendships are a bit difficult for me, because I find that there's there's always an argument, and but it turns out that in real life friendships are the same as well, because a couple of weeks ago I got into a fight with my friend, and he hmm, I said something rude, and he was very offended by it, and I've apologized. I've taken responsibility for my actions. I've said that I'll never do it again, and I've done my part. I felt absolutely horrible when he said that he wanted to stay away from me for a while. Um, like, honestly, just it was like someone that told me that he died. It was that painful and horrible. But yeah, I've been doing a bit better since then. You can always thank BPD for making you feel a bit better in just a few days. Uh, Having a friend has been a really weird experience. Like, even before the fight, we were actually like really. He described me as stable, which is crazy for BPD person. Um, I guess I'm just a calming person to be around. So, um, that was what it was like with him, and we went out for my birthday. It was great. Um, I do. Hmm, it's hard to explain um, a friend. It's good to have one, at least, or it will be when we eventually make up, I guess. Um, Good to have someone to make plans with and all that. Uh, but let's move on, because I'm still a bit, you know, um, worked up about it, even though I said I was doing better. Just it's in the back of my mind. I'm coping. I'm doing okay. So we'll skip on to the third one, because the second one kind of ties into the first. Unstable self-image. So my therapist and my friend have kind of described me in similar ways. Like, they say I'm a very nature-oriented person, and you know, I've got a photo of um, a forest and trees, so not really surprising that they'd say that. Um, but yeah, it's I do find that I've had a difficult time creating an identity for myself. A, because I don't have that many friends, and I'm not working, and people view a job as being like your whole life. I'm not in university. I'm not taking up the degree that I was doing there. So I don't have that aspect of myself, and I have no idea when I'm going to be asked to go back to work again. So I always have that hanging over me. And I think I'd like to do something like working at a garden nursery. I was doing some research about this organization called WWOOF, something like that, and you go to people's farms and help them out there. And I think that would be something that I might like to do, but at the same time, I'm like, do I actually want to do it, or is it just because some people have recommended it to me? I have house plants, but I don't take care of them very well. Um, so yeah, I'm still trying to figure myself out. Um, I've been a bit like a bit I don't know, politics and all that. I've just been kind of trying to stay away from it, I guess. And uh, I'm not a religious person, so that's not really factored into my identity. Um, yeah, I kind of know who I am. Sometimes, at least. Uh, Having a list of words that people use to describe me has actually been really helpful, because when people or quizzes ask what kind of how would your friends describe you, I can at least list something, because some people have said stuff before. Yeah. uh, Self-destructive behaviour, the fourth symptom. So, good news, I am uh, cigarette free for 22 days. Woo, I've been using patches and eating the nicotine gum. I mean, I guess that's not really considered one of the symptoms, but I am proud of it. I thought I'd share that. I am binge free for 4 days. That one's been a lot harder. It's been a lot harder to get on with that. Uh, I am purge free three 3 months. Yeah, it's been 3 months. And you can go to my other video about my bulimia story update. Go to the update. um, and I talk about binging and purging bulimia there. I've been doing better. I'm not really sure if I'll be able to sustain not binging, because basically I've just stopped getting takeaway. Um, and I've just been eating salad for the past the past 4 days. So I'm not sure how long I'll be able to stick with that, but it's something. I kind of go through these cycles of eating bad and eating good, because I find something to focus on. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. I'm finally going to, fix myself with this. But it doesn't always work out like that. And I'll be working with my therapist to find a way to sustain this. And yeah, I'm a bit lost. I'm reading my notes, sorry. Um, so I don't really spend money. Um, I mean, I say that, but I spent like 350 on this tablet that I'm recording this video on. But I saying that the money that I've not spent buying cigarettes or binge food goes towards paying back this, basically. Um, and I did uh, I did drugs. I did drugs a couple what was it, a couple weeks ago, a month ago maybe. And I don't think that's going to become a really bad habit for me, because it made me so paranoid and I absolutely hated it. Just and like I had 2G and it lasted like a month, and after a while I just felt like, yeah, I'm not really feeling this as much. I don't really it's not having the same effect it did at the start. So I just got bored with it. And instead of trying to add more, you know, instead of trying to go back to it, increase it, I'm just going to use that boredom as my reason to stay away from it, and the paranoia as well, because that was not very pleasant at all. I am self-harm free of 11 months. It's been 11 months. It's great. It's great. Woo. I don't really know how to say how I managed to do that. Basically, I was just writing out the urge, screaming in my head, just venting, and basically, I was too lazy to clean up after myself, so I just was like, if I have to self-harm, then that means I have to clean afterwards, and I don't want to do that. So I didn't, and it's worked for 11 months, so I guess it works some way. Um, Sixth symptom, mood swings. I am lucky if I have a good mood once a month. Like, I've been up all night. I've had a really inconsistent sleep schedule, which is probably why I seem really perky and bubbly right now. But yeah, it's the bearable app has said that my mood is mostly out of 5 or 3 out of 10 on average. So yeah, not doing great, but I have a good mood when I need to, I guess. Uh, Symptom number 7, chronic emptiness. I have had a really hard time finding any hobbies. Like, I tried so much last year because pandemic was, you know, giving everybody extra time to do everything, which was time I already had, but you know, it was inspiring me to at least try. I tried writing and drawing and sculpting. I finished a scarf and a hat. I was knitting, yeah. And what else? Uh, I think the only thing that's really stuck was Dungeons and Dragons, but and I've made some friends through that as well. So I speak to them over the phone on Discord. But I don't actually enjoy. I don't really enjoy it as much as I did before. Like, I like listening to podcasts of Dungeons and Dragons, but yeah, it's difficult to figure out what I'm doing. I have so much anxiety during sessions during the game, so it's been a bit unpleasant on that part. But on the other side, it does mean that I'm talking to people, so I've just kind of you know stuck with it just because of that, really. And yeah, but for everything else, I've just not stuck with it at all. Not stuck with any hobbies. I tried to get back into drawing recently, just setting myself small goals, like pick up a pencil, put a line on the paper. I went to Drawbox for a little while. It's a website that teaches you the fundamentals of art, and it was too boring, so I just ended up stopping. And I guess I really want to go back to it, but at the same time, maybe it's something that I have to move on from because I haven't really felt inspired to draw since I left university, where I studied animation, and I guess it's just time to look for something else, which is sad, but you know, life moves on, things change. Symptom number 8 is anger. This is something that I don't feel. I think it's something that's more subconscious than is actually something that I really know of or feel on a daily basis. Um, like, it's different from being irritable, like from depression, that kind of thing. I think when I experience anger, it's in bursts, and it's because of my my sister, my family situation that I had um, before I was kicked out, and I have been talking with my therapist about her, and she agrees that my sister put a lot of conditions on her parenting, and I'm still processing that. I'm not really sure how to move on from it because, what is there to do? I don't understand. Um, I try not to think about it. I try to reason that, you know, she had her reasons for doing what she did, and you can't go back in the past to change things. I read a book called The Midnight Library, and it's about this woman who almost uh, commits suicide, but she experiences all these different lives through the library. I'll put a link in the description because I can never explain plots well. But basically, she experiences all these different lives, and she realizes that the life that she really wanted was her own, and uh, I feel like that kind of helped me to maybe process my feelings towards my sister, my family. Um, but it is something that I still have to work on because I've had recurring nightmares about being kicked out. Um, and I don't really know what to do about it. It's not happened too much recently, but last year it happened at least 6 times, more than that, maybe. Recurring dreams about that. So I guess there's something I have to bring from my unconscious to my conscious to be able to deal with that. Symptom number 9, paranoia. I have found that I actually experience this a lot more than I thought, because along with my OCD, which I have a video out, if you look at that up on my channel, very paranoid. I don't trust people. I find it very difficult to trust people. I interpret people as being very hostile towards me. I'm always checking, like even my therapist, I'm checking to see if I said something hurtful towards her, or if trying to understand her intentions, like was she trying to insult me, that kind of thing. I guess that's the way I've been experiencing it anyway. Just I'm not really sure what to do with that, because I feel like it's more of an anxiety thing. And yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to be focusing on with my therapist, because basically a lot of everything about me comes down to my anxiety. And speaking of anxiety, a lot of people in the comments have been asking if they can be my friend, and I'm going to be honest and say I don't really want that, because I've had experiences with online friendships in the past, and I like to keep my social media private. You know, I have this space that I've created for myself, and I like it that way. I mean, that's not to say that I don't want to speak to you. You know, it'd be fine if we're acquaintances. Um, I'm gonna leave an email in the description. Let's mail Oliver@gmail.com. You can email me there. You know, send me a message. Send me, say hi. Say how you like the video, your experiences with BPD. I'd love to hear that. But long-term friendships, no. Uh, Part of my paranoia is that I feel like people will use me as the therapist friend. And given that I'm making a YouTube channel all about mental health, then that's definitely going to be something that people want to talk to me about. And I'm a mentally ill person. I'm not in a place where I can give you the best information. It might be a different story if I was more recovered than I am now, but I'm just not in a place to be able to uh, be friends with mentally ill people, because I'm gonna. I feel like you should be able. I think you should be seeking out people who are secure and stable, and maybe more neurotypical. Just because even if they don't understand you, they're gonna be someone that's kind of a role model for you. They're gonna show you the world in a way that you didn't see it before. They're gonna teach you, you know, methods that just come naturally to them. They won't be able to teach you how they have those methods, but at least, mm, do you get what I'm saying? You want someone that is maybe not a fair weather friend, but someone that's going to be happy more of the time. They might have difficulties with you, but uh, it's a complicated issue. I don't know what I was saying with that, but yeah. So I hope this update about Quiet BPD, my journey with it at least, has helped you again. Um, I guess I want to say that things have changed in the past 2 years, even if it doesn't feel like it, and I think that's going to be the case for you. Um, it can feel like nothing's ever changing, but look at the smaller things. Use the bearable app to check your symptoms, and maybe after a few months, for a few years of using something like that, then you'll actually see differences where you didn't see them before, because you were looking at the forest, no, looking at the trees and seeing the trees but not the forest. My therapist says that's what I've been doing, so I'm trying to look at the big picture, and I'm going to encourage you to as well, because my therapist says that I'm not able to see the changes that I've made, just because I'm looking at it from an inside perspective. Uh, so yeah, like and subscribe to the video. I feel so fake saying that. I don't care if you subscribe. Um, but yeah, if you want to leave a comment, because I do actually like seeing them. I've been getting a lot of them recently, and it's been a bit overwhelming to get to all of them. but I'll try to. Glad that you decided to watch this video, so I might see you again. Again, I don't know what I'm doing with this channel. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be random. I'm just gonna be like that. I'm just gonna have a random corner of the internet where nothing is consistent because I'm not, so why should my channel be? Anyway, hope you have a good day. Bye bye.